and division, what do you do, Madison? What happens if you have both multiplication and division?
You go left to from right.
Yep, you have to solve whatever comes first from left to right. So finally, go ahead, Zaynab. What's the last step? So we had grouping symbols. We always solve what's in the parentheses first, and then we had multiplication and division. We solve whichever comes first from left to right. And what will be last, Zaynab? Oh, okay. Cam, go
Then
ahead.
you will then you will drop all of the numbers down.
Oh, before, yeah, we do that in between, but we're going just over the steps. So grouping symbols, we got multiplication, division. We need all the operations. What's the other two operations that's left over, Zainab?
Add and subtraction.
Adding and subtraction. So what happens, just like this problem where we had adding and subtraction, what do we do first?
Subtract.
Subtract. Why?
Because it comes before the addition.
Yep, they are tied for priority. It comes, we solve whatever comes first from left to right. So if you put red, that was correct. I saw some of you all accidentally, you might have put 6 plus 4, but at least you tried. That this is a good refresher. But just because A comes before S, that doesn't mean that you're always going to add first. They are tied for priority. Do whatever comes first from left to right. So that was a good warm up. Hey, shout out Antonio at the top. Don't play with you. Shout out to everybody else. Who's Narc? Let me see. I thought it was Antonio at first. All right, which operation should be completed first to find the value of the expression? So quickly, y'all, that dot means multiplication. And you need to remember that for middle and high school. Whenever you see this dot, that means multiplication. But which one should come first? What are you going to solve for first?
Quamir.
I accidentally put yellow.
Okay, well, tell us what you think, though.
What should it be?
At first I thought it was red.
What, 5 times 2?
Yes.
But what should it be?
20, 20 divided by 5.
Why? Do you know why? Okay, and that's all right. That is okay. This is why we're reviewing. So multiplication and division. So you know how step one is grouping symbols. Step two is multiplication and division, but they're tied for priority. So since division comes first from left to right, we will solve 20 divided by 5 first. Does that does that help you remember some?
Yes.
All right, good. This is good practice, y'all. And don't, just like in class, and I said we're a school family, do not feel embarrassed if you don't know something or if you get it wrong. This is review. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to get it wrong. That's why I'm a teacher. That's why I'm here, just in case you do get it wrong, so I can teach you the right way. All right, Anaya getting on up there. James. Oh, y'all didn't let James get on the podium. Okay. Antonio coming for that spot. He said his New Year's goals, he wanted to be a great student. He is off to a great start. All right, which operation should be completed first? So we got that multiplication and we got subtraction. Which should be solved for first? All right, so we getting it now, y'all. All right, so remember, I'm not sure, maybe that red was a mistake, but shout out to everybody else who got it correct. Multiplication comes before subtraction, so you will multiply 8 times 9 first. Quick, 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 fluency, what's 8 times 9? Quick, put it in the chat. Who could be first? Let me see. Let me see who first. 8 times 9, quick. Miss Reese, let me know who get it first. They gonna get Dojo.
I was gonna say we still waiting. Here they coming through now. Alasia, 72. Good job.
Asia got it. All right.
Yep, followed by Lamar and Zaynab. And Alyssa. Oh, Alyssa, try again, hon.
All right. Good fluency. Yes, 72, 72. And then we would do 72 take away 2, which would give us 70. And Anaya then came and stole first place from Antonio, but they are only 10 points away. You better watch out, Antonio. Anaya, hold it down. Let's see. He could come back easily. Who's going to be quickest? Which operation must be completed first to find the value of the expression? Let's see who's going to see if this one going to trick y'all. Two seconds left. Make sure you're trying to get your answers in. It doesn't matter. That is not true. I know you might think that it doesn't matter because it's both addition, but you always have to solve from left to right. Okay, make sure you're solving from left to right. So that's why the answer was 6 plus 9, because it comes first from left to right. Okay, that one was kind of tricky. Madison is up on the podium and Anaya is holding down first place. True or false? 8 divided by 2 should be completed first. True or false? Okay, I will try to put in a ticket for you, Lamaya. This is our back. So in August, this was our skill that we started off with. We're in January now, halfway point. We want to see what we remember. Yes, true. Because somebody tell me really quick, why is this true? Why should 8 divided by 2, why should we solve that first? Chris, yes, come on, Chris. I haven't heard your voice yet. I'm glad you participating. Go ahead. Why should it be solved first?
8 divided by 2 should be solved first because it comes first from the division.
Yep, so division comes before what?
Adding and
Yes.
subtracting.
Yep, great job. So multiplication and division comes before adding and subtraction. Great explanation, Chris. Let me give you some Peebles points. Let me see, where you at, Chris? Chris. Oh, there you go. Uh-oh, look at me trying to get everybody some points. All right, we're gonna finish up with our warm-up. I think we got, let's see how many. Oh, James! Well, Anaya, Antonio, what happened? Y'all must have got that last one wrong. James that came in and stole first place. Go ahead, James. All right, y'all got 3 more. Let's see. This is anybody's game. Everybody, this gonna be where we start getting a little tricky. Which operation should be completed first to find the value of the expression? So we got 24 subtract 3 times 4 divided by 2 plus 6. Will you add or subtract in order from left to right? Would you add or subtract in order from right to left? Would you multiply or divide in order from right to left, or multiply or divide in order from right to left? Which one should be done first? Which operation? What are you going to solve for first? Chris got his thumbs up. He think he got it right. Anybody else think they got it right? We got 5 seconds left. I see some answers still coming in. Maisha thinks that she got it right. Okay. We got six. So make sure. So some of y'all, everybody who put yellow, you would have almost had it right. So first of all, we are going to be multiplying and dividing first. We have no grouping symbols. So there's no grouping symbols, but we have multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition. And remember, after grouping symbols is multiplication and division. So we know that we weren't going to add or subtract first. So my people that put add or subtract, that's last. Remember, those are the last operations we solved. But everybody who put yellow, you accidentally put right to left. Remember, we solved from left to right. All right, let's try another one. Madison came and hold it down. Cam up there as well. It is literally anybody's game.
And remember, you guys, that left comes in the alphabet before right. So that's a good way for you to remember. L comes before R.
Yeah. And we got some grouping symbols now. So use the correct order to simplify the equation. That means they want you to solve it. So right now, this is what I mean when I say you need your scratch paper and pencil for class, because like right now, you might need to hurry up and try to solve it really quickly. I got one answer in less than 30 seconds left. Solve for those grouping symbols. I got 3 answers, 18 seconds. Remember, the dot means multiplication. When you see that dot, that means multiply. Five seconds. Oh, only 3 people got it correct. I got to go back and see who those 3 people were. It says, did I miss something? None of these are correct. A lot of y'all said 41. So let's solve it. So in our grouping symbols, we would first multiply, because multiplication comes before addition. I would multiply 2 times 4 first, which equals 8. And then I would add 8 plus 1, which equals 9. And then, of course, I would do 12 take away 9, which would be 3. So none of the answers were up there at all. And some of y'all might have put 5 because that was the closest. But yeah, none of those were correct. Make sure you got paper and pencil. Antonio got it correct because he came on up. True or false? The value of the given expression is 14. You got 2 grouping symbols. You have parentheses and brackets. Go ahead and solve it. True or false? Is it going to be 14? Will this be 14? Also, make sure you're in the Nearpod, because right after this, and Miss Reese, can you drop the Nearpod code one more time? Let me make sure that I got you as a co-teacher. I see I have 14 students in the Nearpod, so about 6 of you all need to get in.
And also, guys, make sure your camera stays on, okay?
Y'all saw Ms. Wallace come in the chat to say hey to y'all. Those y'all should be popping in. True. I got most of y'all saying false. So we're going to have to do a dive in deeply to review orders of operations. So first, 5 plus, you will solve the inside the parentheses, because those grouping symbols are inside of another grouping symbol. So you will solve 5 plus 3 first, which equals 8. And then you will solve 10 take away 8, which is 2. And then, of course, that multiplication, that dot means multiply. So 2 times 7 is 14. So that's why it is true. We got some practice to do. Hey, Antonio, he said I would not stay down for long. Okay, Antonio then got back up there. Which describes your understanding of applying the correct orders of operations. I need y'all to be honest. This is a self-assessment. I'm an expert. I'm beginning to remember this. I forgot quite a bit since the last time I learned, or just help me, Ms. Baker. I don't know what to do at all. Which one would describe you? This is a self-assessment. Be honest. Oh, it is still freezing cold in here.
Down here too.
Like, they need to crank up the heat a day ahead. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it on off. I know some of y'all didn't finish it, but I need everybody to make sure that they're participating, because once I switch over to this Nearpod, and if you are not participating in this Nearpod, there will be consequences, just like in class. I'm about to be on y'all. We are not slacking. We had a break. And listen, we all wish the break could be longer, but it's time to it's back to work. It's time to be scholars. I got to prepare my babies for middle school. I will not be sending y'all to middle school unprepared. All right, Antonio can't hold me down. Antonio came back. That number one spot. Let me go ahead and give you some points. Racking on up. And let me see, I'll give second and third place. I'll give y'all 50 points. Who was that? It was Madison. Oh, let me go back to the podium. Madison and who else was it? Alyssa. Okay, I'll give y'all some points. Oh, look at there. Y'all right next to each other, making it easier on my life. All right, shout out to y'all. All right, so everybody exit out of the Kahoot and come on back over. I do see the rest of my scholars got in. Make sure if you kind of timed out that you come back into it. Wilton, I see it's two of you in here. Which one do I need to take out?
The one that just says Wilton.
Okay. All right, come back over to Nearpod, Antonio, Chris. I know Lamaya's having some tech issues. Thank you for getting in, Tyree. Oh, Kwame, you the nerd. Antonio said, I'm just that good. Yes, you did that. You came back. That was a good game. I didn't know who was going to win. All right. So now, before we jump in, and I kind of gave you a preview, and I told you we were going to be talking about fractions. Let's take 1 minute, and I'm going to set the timer. Take 1 minute to drop a GIF, picture, really a sentence. Give me a sentence, or explanation about anything that you remember about fractions from the previous grades. Post as many things as you want to that you remember. All right, go ahead and go. Thank you. I got some pictures coming in. Let me see some sentences, some explanations. What do you remember? Multiple things. Anything. It could be vocabulary. It could be a skill. I remember we were multiplying or adding fractions in 4th grade. Yep, Miss Reese was there. Let's see what they remember, Miss Reese.
Don't make Miss Reed and I look bad.
All right, let's go. Okay, I think everybody else still writing their sentences. Uh-oh, my time. I'm going to give y'all 1 more minute. My timer had then went off. Shading in fractions. Yes, Zymir, you do have to shade in those fractions. Zaynab said, I remember that the top is the numerator and the bottom is the denominator. Yes.
Yes.
That is correct. Let's see what else we got. that you split the whole to make it a half. Yep, you can split the whole if you want to make it a half. I remember those fractions family, I think. Okay, fractions, I mean, as a fraction family, that means that they can be equivalent fractions. Chris said if you have 3/10, is in the tenths place when you put the decimal in the front. Okay, Chris, relating the fractions back to decimals. Good. Look at you. Lamar says he remember adding the fractions. Even numbers, maybe a whole number. Yes, so I see what you're saying, Maisha. So when Maisha says even numbers might be a whole number, so for example, if your fraction has 3 as the denominator and 3 as the numerator, that's one whole. Because if you have 3 parts and you shade in all 3 of those parts, that is one whole. Great job, Maisha. Lele says she remembers that 2/4 is equivalent to 4/8. Oh, Madison, this is a good picture because we're going to be drawing some pictures like this to help us with adding fractions. So can somebody tell me what exactly do you remember about adding fractions? Be specific. Now you can raise your hand. And Miss Reese, who was that put their hand up first? Let me see.
Zainab.
Zainab, so what do you remember specifically about adding those fractions?
That when you add fractions, you do not add the denominator, but you only add the numerator.
Yes.
Because what about the denominators? What do we know about those denominators so that we don't have to add them together?
That they probably can get bigger.
Well, the denominators are usually the same, so we don't have to add them together. So I had Zainab make that connection because in 4th grade you did add fractions, but you add them when their denominators were the same. But now in 5th grade, you are going to be adding denominators that are not the same. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to be some more steps for you to take because it requires for you all to be able to change it to have the same denominator. So you can't add fractions unless they have the same denominator. All right, so for our kind of warm up, let me see you all. So you all are going to get your drawing tool. If you watched a video from yesterday, you will see my explanation of the drawing tool and how to use it. So make it smaller. You might want to use a color like red or yellow to on this blue background so that it's easier to see, or white or light blue. But right now, show me 3/4. I just want to get an idea of what you all remember because I have never worked on I haven't worked on fractions with you all. That was a skill last year. So I just want to get an idea of what you all remember. And let me get into the Nearpod as well. And I'm going to go ahead and also update attendance. Make sure you are coming in because I take attendance between 7:30 and 7:45. So usually I have to come back and redo it. Thank you. Vincent's here now. James is here. Zamir is here.
Get started, Zamir.
Yes, we can see everything y'all are doing. Kwamir is here. Tyree, Chris, Kamaya. And that's it. Everybody else is here. Make sure you are coming. I am still taking attendance.
Let's go, Tyree. So please don't make us do what we had to do last year. We had to call parents during the middle of class and say, so-and-so is sitting here and they're not doing their work. So we can tell, okay? And some of you, the same people, you don't have your camera on either. So turn your camera on and focus and do what you're being asked to do, please and thank you.
Ooh, I see some different types of fractions too. Okay. Oh, Lele then went and got her a rectangle. Okay. I don't blame you. All right. So I'm going to share out a few different ones because I see at least 3 different ones. Shout out to y'all. First, I'm going to share out Cam's. If you all look and notice, Cam used a circle as her fraction. You still can do that. You can use fractions because fractions come in circles. Because think about a pizza. You can split it into a fraction. She has 4 parts because 4 is the denominator. And then she shaded in those 3 parts. This looks really good, Cam. Thank you so much. I'm going to have Alyssa, can you unmute and share out how you drew yours?
So I drew a rectangle. Well, not really a rectangle. It's a square, and then I drew 4s inside of it, and then I shaded 3.
Yes, good. And then I saw somebody else drew a rectangle, but it looks just a little bit different from yours. James, come on and share out how you did yours because you also drew a rectangle, but you shaded in differently than Alyssa. James, you ready to unmute, sir? Hello.
I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain that.
Just tell me what you did. What were the steps that you took? What was step 1? What did you do?
I made a rectangle, and
Okay.
then I put the line in the. I put a line in the middle.
You
And
split it.
then
You split it what?
I
You
split it in half, and then I made it into 4s.
and yep, you by splitting each of your halves in half. And what did you do last?
I shaded in 3.
You shaded in 3 parts. See, I will help you. I know that, sometimes it's difficult for y'all to explain, but you just did it. You told me every step that you took. And then also what I want y'all to notice about Jay's, most of his parts are equal. So I saw some of you all drawing and you drew 4 parts, but it wasn't equal. Lamar, this looks good. He has 4 parts. Oh, Lamar labeled it. Hold on, I gotta share Lamar's out as well. Lamar wrote inside 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, but he only shaded in those 3/4 that are yellow. But he was able to use his, fractions. But each one is worth 1/4. But he added them all together. Good job, Lamar. I like seeing different. This shows you that you all are all creative. You're still smart. You just take different ways to show them. Okay. Good job. Tyree, make sure that you are participating and doing your work. Everybody else I have seen, they tried to draw something. Chris, make sure that you're using your drawing tool. I'm not sure why you have the number 3 written on there, but everybody is attempting to draw. I'm not trying to spend my days calling, but Ms. Reese, I will shoot you over Tyree's mom number.
Okay. Alasia, are you there? Are you in the Nearpod? Because we don't see you.
Yes, I'm in a near pot.
Okay, let me double check. Do you see her,
Oh,
Miss Baker?
Yeah, it's under Lele.
Okay,
Right.
okay. I see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So, Tyree, are you there before I have to call your house?
I'm gonna send you the number right now.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now let me see. Now this is getting a little bit more difficult. Let's see if you can show me 5/10 plus 4/10. What would that look like to you? I'm gonna give you 2.5 minutes. Go. Five tenths plus 4/10. Thank you. I can see that Maisha's on task. Thank you for everybody who has had their cameras on the entire time, making sure that they're on task. Lamar, Brooklyn, thank y'all. Kamaya, thank you. Let me see what y'all got going on. All right, now. Nice, off to a great start. Okay, some of us using standard algorithm, some of us using the fraction bars. Good if you're using your fraction bars. Good, Antonio. I love seeing these different strategies. Let me check on our time. You got about 1 minute left. If you already submitted it, I push you to go and do a different strategy. And let me see who's out here. All right, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Madison found her some images. I'm going to have a few people share out. So what I like that y'all are using all of your Nearpod tools to solve these. I'm going to go through a few of them. All right, I see Zaynab has her 5/10. She drew 5/10 at the top and then 4/10 at the bottom. Cam was working on both of her strategies, the circle and the fraction bars. Anaya, I see you just got one fraction bar. So in that 2.5 minutes, I should see a little bit more than that. Alyssa, I saw you did do, okay, Alyssa did standard algorithm. And then I see you tried to come back and do the fraction bars, but make sure your fraction bars have those 10 parts. 10 is our denominator. Lamar, I love this. This is what I would have done. So good. I don't have to show you all. I could just use Lamar's as an example. I definitely got to give you some exemplar behavior and some math master points. I love this, Lamar. First, he drew his fraction bar. He has all his parts. He labeled his parts. And then also you can see his 5/10 is in yellow. So he added, okay, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. And then in order to combine, he switched colors to represent his 4/10 and started over 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. Because each of these parts are worth 1/10. And he was able to see that he stopped at 9/10 and got. I love this, Lamar. This is amazing. But if you drew 2 different fraction bars, that's fine. But remember, addition means to combine them. So you want to have them on the same fraction bar. Kwamir, just check your math. You're moving very fast. And I know you're fluent at addition, so make sure you just check that. Don't move so fast. Good, Maisha, I see you use standard algorithm to solve yours. Really good, and this is good too, Antonio. He split his into 10s. He still showed 5/10 plus 4/10. This is good as well. Make sure I also want the sum. I want to know the answer. So that's good. Great job, everybody. Okay, y'all remember something. Now, this is where it gets tricky because if you do not get it right this first time, it's okay. I want to see, once again, this is Miss Baker just trying to see what do you guys know and what do you remember about fractions. So sometimes you can represent fractions on a number line. So find the star on the number line. What fraction is under the star? So you're going to just get your drawing tool and circle which one you think it is. And I will give you 1 minute.
All right, Cameron's done, Alyssa's done, Brooklyn's done, Nyala's done. Thank you for those students who've already started.
All right, let's see where we at with our time. About 15 more seconds. Maddie, Maisha, Wilton, Vincent, submit your answer when you're finished. So I'm seeing 2 different answers, and that's good. We're gonna explain this. So for the most part, go ahead and submit your answer, and then I'll reveal the correct answer. Ooh, Maisha, I like what you are doing. I see what you're doing. Good. That's a good strategy that you're doing, Maisha. Thank you, Tyree, for coming on and getting participating. So I saw 3-6 and I saw 4-6. Okay, let's talk about this. I saw 3-6 and I saw 4-6. So now, some of you all, so the answer is, y'all ready? The answer is 3-6. If you chose 3-6, you were correct. Now, I saw a few of you all did choose 4-6, but let me tell you what you did. So you started here and you said 1, 2, 3, 4. However, what digit is already there? 0 is already there. So we can't start from 1. That's already 0. Okay. And really, each of these parts represent a fraction. So we got 1 whole. So if I want to think about each fraction, so if this is 0, this still even wouldn't technically be 1 because 1 whole is all the way down here. But I can count my parts. So I need everybody to track me because this is super important. Track me. I need your eyes focused here and on me. So this is 1 whole. I had to count the number of parts. We can relate this to a fraction, just like if it was a fraction bar. So this is 1 whole fraction bar, but I have it split. So this will be 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and then Maisha, I want you to help me because you mentioned this earlier. So if this is 5/6, then I will also put 6/6 here. What would 6/6 represent, Maisha?
6/6 will represent a whole number.
Yep, it will represent 1 whole. That is correct. So that's what Maisha was saying earlier when she said what she remembered. She's like, when the numbers are even or when they're the same, it will represent 1 whole. So see how that's 5/6? Well, after 5/6, it will be 6/6. That equals 1 whole. So don't start from 0. You had to count your parts. Count after 0. And let me finish making my fraction bar so how y'all can see that it's the exact same thing. So if I told y'all to draw a whole fraction bar and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, that represents my whole. And I shade those 3 parts in, that will show up. It's the exact same thing as a number line. It's just multiple strategies. It's different ways to do the same thing.
Miss Baker, does that say 2, 6? Did you put a 6 under there for the 2? Or that looks like a 3.
It is a 3, and I don't know how it ended up being a 3.
You probably was just going from 2 to 3, so you just probably was writing
Yeah.
what you said.
Okay, exactly. That is exactly
But
it.
just because we're recording, if somebody has to go back and watch it, I don't want them to be confused.
Absolutely. That's a good catch. Thank you. Yes. So it's 3, 6. If you put 3, 6, give yourself a whoop whoop in the chat. Good job. That's good review. Good review, y'all. All right, we're gonna do one more. This will be our last one for today because it's gonna be time for you guys to head over to Mr. White soon. So find the star on the number line below. What fraction is under the star? Count your parts. If you need to label your number line as well, but first count your parts after 0, okay? Set my timer. 1 minute is on the clock. Go ahead. Thank you to everybody I see who has already gotten started. Cam is showing her work. Antonio, even if you got your answer while you still have 1 minute left, I want you to go ahead and start labeling. So get that drawing tool and start labeling your number line.
Ever wondered about search? Visit YouTube to learn more about how search works. Learn about crypto and be paid anywhere with Coinbase Earn. We've paid out over $100 in crypto rewards since Coinbase Earn launched in 2018.
Well, you gotta make sure that you submit your answer, Madison.
Let's go, Anaya, Tyree. We should be working already.
Submit your answer. When you are finished, submit it so that I can see. All right, our timer is up. Make sure you go ahead and select your answer. If you have not circled your answer yet, go ahead and circle it. And then I'm going to have one person explain to me what they got.
Anaya, try to refresh it and see if that helps.
Cam, so it landed on you. Were you able to answer?
Yes.
All right, what did you get?
I got number 3.
What is that? Can you read that fraction?
I forgot how to read fractions.
And that's okay, because I'm here to help. So if our denominator is 5, our numerator is 5 and our denominator is 7, so that would be 5 sevenths, okay, with a THS at the end, sevenths. So that's 5 sevenths. You got it?
Yes.
You want to try, can you read this one to me? You want to try that?
6 8.
Yep, you got it. And what about the first one?
5 6.
You got it. That's a great refresher. So, Cam, how did you know that the answer is 5 sevenths? You are absolutely correct. If you got 5 sevenths, Cam, give yourself a whoop whoop in the chat. But Cam, how did you know that it would be 5 sevenths?
I counted all the lines, so I started from. No, I didn't. I started behind 0 and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the 1. So I knew that it was going to be 7.
Absolutely. That is great. And then after that, all you have to do is just count to where the star is. So, Cam, I love how you went back and say, wait, no, I counted after the 0, because we have to think, does 0 have a value? Nah, it doesn't. But 1 does have a value, so we have to include the 1. So therefore, everybody, if you can get your drawing tool. Perfect job. Thank you, Cam. Let me go give you some exemplar points as well. So we would have Cam counted her 7 parts. So this would be 1 7, 2 7s, 3 7s, 4 7s, 5 7s, 6 7s, And then 7/7 would equal that 1 whole. Anytime that we have both the same number as the numerator and the denominator, that equals 1 whole. Perfect job. And yes, that star falls right on 5/7. Great job to everybody that I saw got that correct. Madison, can you submit? Have you submitted? Tyree, make sure that you're going back and fixing your answers. I need you to pay attention and track me so that you can be prepared. These fractions are going to be hard, y'all. So I need y'all to stay with me. I know you at home and I know you probably sleepy. I understand, but I need you to get up so that you can have this information. Make sure you're not laying down. Make sure you're sitting up at a table. Madison.
Go ahead, Madison.
Unmute.
I don't know why, but every time it's not showing when I submit it. When I submit, I did submit all of my work, but for some reason it's not showing, and I don't know why.
Okay, we'll work on that. All right, so right now, before we go ahead and wrap up class, we are going to do a check-in. So, just like how we do in class. So this is just showing me how you feel about the basics. So this is the basics of fractions. All right, we haven't even gotten into, adding a whole bunch of fractions. We did one addition problem. But this is just the basics of fractions that we did today, just to kind of warm us up. So check in. You can circle, check, or highlight. How are you feeling? Fist to 4. I don't understand at all. I need some help. I think I got it. I just need a little bit more help. 3, I got it. Or 4, you got it. You so good. You could be Miss Baker or Miss Reese. Which one? Go ahead and take 30 seconds to circle and submit when you are done. And then we're going to wrap up class. All right, thank you to everybody. Oh, I see some people say they so good that they could be Miss Baker and Miss Reese. Okay. James.
Come on, Tyree.
All right, y'all. So I want to respect your time. And that is our time. And that is perfect time. And the timer just went off. So the time is now 9 o'clock. You have 5 minutes to kind of stretch, go get some water, get you a quick snack. And then you are going to go to Mr. White's channel for class. So track me really quickly. So on your teams, you're going to see Mr. White's science class. And you see he's still wrapping up with his first block right now. But in a second, you're going to go to where it says Miss Baker's homeroom, block 2. And that's where you will see him live. Okay? Y'all did a phenomenal job today. I love you. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see y'all back in person again. And y'all did really good. So make sure that you go ahead and submit if you have not. And also, lastly, I forgot one more thing. I will see you all back. Let me make sure. Go to the schedule. I will see y'all back here with me at 12:45. You will be back here with me at 12:45. So after Mr. White, you go to Miss Powers. Right after Miss Powers, you have specials. It's Wednesday. I can't remember the break. So either Mr. Howell or Miss Edmond will be live today with y'all during that specials time. And then after specials, you will have your lunch. You have 15 minutes of recess on your own at home. You don't have to log on for recess. But at 12:45, I will see you. Okay? All right. Love y'all. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day, you guys.